I sometimes get my best inspirations when I'm driving. And here's one that I got, and I put it on Facebook. What is the world waiting to see? Christians who actually love unconditionally instead of judging conditionally. I thought that was pretty fair, pretty true. Man, did I get the comments. Coming up next on Pastor Bob Daily. Well, apparently we have problems with this. And once again, I posted, what is the world waiting to see? Christians who actually love unconditionally instead of judging conditionally. And what I got were comments mostly defensive. People saying, well, you can't quite say that because, people need to know what they're doing wrong and they need a certain amount of judgment, and you can't just love people's sin. And we went on with this. Folks, this is the basics of Christianity, and we have problems with it. We have problems with loving people without strings attached. Why? Because we're not being trained correctly. That's it. We keep preaching sin over and over and over again from our pulpits. We keep blasting certain groups of people and telling each other how horrible they are and how they're not going to heaven, and we justify it. Pastor Craig did a really good podcast on that last week. You need to watch it. But we almost hope people go to hell because they deserve it. Well, where do we get this? And why are we so unwilling to love unconditionally? Why? Well, I think we need more of an encounter with Jesus Christ. Folks, honestly, the more I know him, the more I understand of him, the more unconditional I do become. You see, it isn't that people need my judgment, it's that they need my love. It isn't that they necessarily need my correction. They need my unconditional love and encouragement to change direction. But when I start shaking my finger at people, when I start condemning them, when I start to say, I would love you, but you have this problem that needs to go away first, then I'm not doing what Jesus did. It was while we were still sinners that he died for us. It was because God so loved the world. What about the world? This world, you and I, people around us, including all the sins that you see. It was because he loved us so much that he died for us, that whosoever. What does that mean? It means you and I. It also means all those people that you're judging. That whosoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting love. But you know what the bottom line is? Unconditional love. God so unconditionally loved the world. What does he tell us to do? To unconditionally love those people around us too. And folks, what I posted that was mostly people telling me that, I got to be careful with this kind of easy believism. I got to be careful with just loving people and not pointing out their sins. In other words, they're saying I can't unconditionally love people, that there are conditions. Folks, listen to me really closely. There are no conditions. There are no conditions. We are not told to love the world conditionally. We are told to love the world unconditionally. They will know that you're Christians by the way you love each other and the way that you love people. They'll know that you're Christians by the strength of your love, by the unconditional part of your love. That's how they know, not because you point out everybody's sins. I don't know where we get this from, but folks, it really has to stop. Once again, what is the world waiting to see? Christians who actually love unconditionally instead of judging conditionally. And I stand by what I wrote. I think it's still our biggest problem. I still think it's the one thing that keeps people away from the faith. And I think it's the one thing that you and I still have a lot to learn about, don't we? Lord, give us your unconditional love. It's the only kind of love that matters. God bless you. Have a great day.